Exponents are used to indicate powers. In math, we have some properties that show us shortcuts into finding a big, long number. Let me demonstrate with a simple question. Say I wanted to know what 2 squared times 2 to the 4th is. Well, we know that exponents tell us how many times we're going to do something. So if I'm doing this, what I'm really doing is 2 times 2 for this mark. And then I need to do times 4 more times. Look how many times I had to write that out. What you will find is what I could have just done was 2 squared is 4, and 2 to the 4th is 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. And then we could do 16 times 4 to get an answer. Or, what we could have also noticed is if you put all these two together, how many 2's do I have? I have 6 2's. So what we have is a rule that says that a to the n power times a to the n power equals a to the m plus n. What it does is so in this case, I have it to the 2nd power and I have it to the 4th power. So when I add those together, I get my answer up to the 6th power. Of course, we could do the math and get a real answer for this, but what could happen is we could see that much larger numbers will continue to appear. This rule cuts down on doing all of this just by looking at this rule here. We could do it with division as well. Say I wanted the question to the 5th over 2 to the 3rd. That means that I would be having 5 2's on top and 3 2's on bottom. Which then means I can cancel out pairs of things and see what I'm left with. None on the bottom part of my fraction. On the top part, I'm left with 2 to the 2 power, which the rule that we have says if I'm going to do a to the m and divide it by a to the n, it's really like subtracting the two exponents. We see that here when we see that 5 minus 3 gives me an answer of 2. So this rule helps take away you having to do all of this work in here. We'll be spending some time going through a PowerPoint of examples of all the exponent rules. But what you'll see is without these rules, it would be more tedious and much longer to solve exponent problems.